Hello, 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 gorgeouses. How are my beauties?
Excellent, excellent.
Oh, good. So good to see you. We have Carla. I thought I saw Jamie on the line. And it's even a holiday and you guys are on here. You guys are like in it to win it. And you're getting your son. Yay. Awesome. Hey, Jamie.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Hey, we have a new member. Everyone say Christine.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, I'm Christine. Hi.
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 Christine is a really good musician and she teaches music, right?
Yeah, I teach flute and yeah, only a little bit right now. Only have 5 students down from 25, well, thanks to Zoom. So, but that's
Yeah.
good. Like, yeah.
Well, yeah. Lots of changes, but it's time to put a focus on, hi, Mike. We have another new member. His name is Mike and he's so awesome.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, buddy. So glad you can join us.
Thanks.
You guys are in it to win it. It's a holiday and you're still doing this. This is good. You build momentum and you make these habits and they stick for life so that you guys can be healthy for life. So this is good. You guys are focusing on your health. I mean, that's so important. And why not while we're housebound, right? Well, I'm not really housebound. I'm doing a lot of walks outside. I hope you guys are too. This morning I did a bike ride with my family. It's our first bike ride of the year. It's good to try new things, try new exercises, makes things exciting. As long as you guys get outside every day, whatever that looks like, it could be going for a walk, it could be going for a cycle, it could be gardening. Just getting outside is the most important thing to do right now for as long as you can. So today, I think we have everybody on the line. If you guys can just mute your phones right now. I'm going to do a little bit of a talk on our spring diet, because it's springtime. We do need to change the way we're eating, and now is the time to clean our bodies out and get leaner, because that's what we're designed to do. We're like animals. We over the winter we kind of tend to store a little fat. We hibernate. That's okay. That's winter time. No worries. Now it's spring, and now we need to get outside, get clean, and start to burn off some of that winter weight. And I'm going to show you some ninja moves on how to do that. That will, you'll see a difference kind of pretty much right away. And so if you guys are good with that, I'm going to get started. So what we're going to do is we need to eat in season. So right now with the spring, we want to increase 2 food groups, okay? So the one is we need to increase our greens. And we want to, and the reason for that is because they are one of the first foods that you'll see growing up, right? And also because studies have shown, and this is like this is a profound study that was put into those journals, that the nutritional journals, that showed that those that had more chlorophyll in their bloodstream and walked outside in the sunlight amplified their ability to make ATP through the mitochondria, through the electron transport chain. Because what happens is, it has the chlorophyll in your body, when you go outside, has an interplay with the frequency of the sun. And as that penetrates your skin, right, and it enters into your bloodstream, it actually has an interplay with the chlorophyll that's sitting in there, and it amplifies the tunneling through your mitochondria to make ATP. ATP is the energy currency of the cell, and we want to optimize mitochondria and its tunneling to make more ATP for you to have more energy, for you to make better decisions during the day, and for you to feel, look unstoppable, okay? Because that will happen. So what we want to do is we want to get more greens in. And so how to do that is a good strategy, and just keep this, like, just every day, just really work towards doing that. You could make a smoothie, as your first meal of the day or at lunch. And remember, we're going to eat only when we're hungry. When I say breakfast, I mean breaking the fast. That means we're not going to eat when we're not hungry, but when we feel like we are truly hungry, that's when we eat. So say your first meal of the day was a smoothie. What you could do is you've got ways to raise the chlorophyll in your body. You could do a cup of dark leafy greens and put it in the blender along with your coconut milk or almond milk and your tablespoon of extra fat, right? It could be avocado, it could be seeds, and it could be any kind of oil that you like. Anything but sunflower, sesame, anything but sunflower, safflower, canola, peanut oil, you don't want those. Those are polyunsaturates. You don't want that in your diet at all. So we don't want that. What we do want for fats are your seeds, or your coconut oil, is your, or a scoop of, let's see, you could do a little bit of avocado, and if you like olive oil, you can put that in. I don't think that'd be good in a smoothie, but it is a good fat. So your coconut oil, and then your scoops of protein to make 35 to 40 grams of protein as part of your first meal. We want that high amount of protein in the morning for your first meal with the grains and that extra bit of fat. You blend that up in a blender. You can add some berries to that. So for some reason, I guess I'm kind of craving berries now that it's sun, and I feel like more like a little bit of fruit, which I've never over the winter, but now I guess you're just kind of connected more to what is seasonal. So I'm putting a half a cup of either blueberries or blackberries, berries, not tropical fruit. We don't live in the tropics. We live in a climate that grows berries, right? So we want to put berries in our diet. So strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, Saskatoon berries, cherries. I would do half a cup if you're looking to lose 20 or more pounds of weight, or if you want to lose weight, half a cup. But if you're really fine with maintaining your weight, you can do a full cup if that works for you. But again, if you want to burn fat, I would limit it to half a cup. But it's going to add antioxidants, it's going to add fiber, it's going to add extra nutrition, it's going to add the flavor, it's going to change up the flavor of your smoothie. So you can add that into your smoothie. What I will do is I could post the recipe to this in the notes when I send you the replay. I can send you the recipe. But you're going to add your 1 cup of greens in there. So your greens can be the tops, like it could be celery tops, it could be beet tops, it could be carrot tops, yeah. It could be spinach, Swiss chard, kale tops. It could be lettuce, fine. Lettuce actually is fine. And it could be, what else? Collards, the tops of collards. So that gives you a really good selection. It could be sprouts. It could be like a 1/4 cup of sprouts, or like a half a cup of sprouts, because really they are so nutrient rich that you actually need half of the amount than you would having regular greens, because they are so packed full of nutrition that you actually don't need a lot to have the most effect. So a 1/4 cup to a half a cup of sprouts are fine. So you put that in your blender, blend it up. So we're going to want to put the greens in. And remember, we're going to eat only when we're hungry for our first meal. We're going to add in the 35 to 40 grams of protein powder. If anybody's looking for more protein powder or is looking for a good brand, you really want to make sure you have it's clean and your body can digest it and it tastes good. I have the best protein powder. Why? Because we use it as a family, and a lot of my clients use it too. So I have a plant-based protein powder, one that tastes like butterscotch vanilla, and I have another one that tastes like chocolate. So I have chocolate and vanilla, and so you try those. But so I have a plant-based, but I also have a whey-based as well. So I have kind of 2 different types. So anyway, so we're going to put the greens in. We're going to amplify our energy by doing that. The other thing we're going to do is the other food group that I want you guys to have more of, mushrooms. Yeah. And there's two major reasons why we're going to have mushrooms. The first one is it's really high in beta glucans, which is going to help you with your immune system right now. With this COVID, the virus going on, you'll feel more comfortable, protected, knowing that what you're eating is really supporting that immune system. And we know that mushrooms are really good for that. And they're also high in vitamin D. And we need to get our vitamin D levels optimal. That's why we go outside, one of the reasons, but that's also why we want to have these mushrooms. They're high in vitamin D. So a way to eat these mushrooms is we want to, you can buy all types of mushrooms. I don't care which mushrooms, just eat mushrooms. And you could, on the stove, you could saute them with coconut oil or olive oil and maybe some garlic or no garlic, and just slice them up and just saute them. You can use them that way. You can saute that with the greens if you want and have that as lunch or dinner along with your protein. So you could do that. Or you could steam them, like steam them with broccoli. They are so delicious just steamed with broccoli. It's crazy and it's so easy. Just put them in whole with your broccoli tops on the stove, steam them for maybe 5 minutes, and they're so delicious. But when it comes to mushrooms, like I said, try a variety. I mean, the brown, the white, the portobello, I don't care. Just put them in your diet. So we're going to put mushrooms in our diet, and we're also going to put greens in our diet. And those are the ways we're going to do it. So that's part of our spring diet, is adding these foods into our daily diet, okay? The other thing that we're going to do with our spring diet to get clean and lean is this. I want us for this next week to focus on burning fat and building more muscle. Okay? And so how we're going to do that is I want you guys to eat in a way that puts you in more of a ketosis during the day. And then at night, we could do a refeed with some carbohydrates. What that's going to do is it's going to really good for brain cognition. It will give you energy throughout the day. It will keep the inflammation down, and it will be very satiating. Okay. And then what we're going to do is at night in our dinner, we're going to add in like half a cup of extra carbs. And those would be like the below the ground vegetables. If you're just starting out, we don't want to do grains for the first month, but we do want to put in the below the ground vegetables like yams or sweet potatoes or, or winter squash. So about half a cup of that is part of your dinner. And then what that's going to do is it's going to refuel the glycogen in your muscle and your liver to be able to release that overnight so you get a deep sleep. And then you wake up with energy, okay? That is the key. So we're in ketosis during the day, but at night we add those extra carbs in to have a slow release to be able to get you through the night without being hungry, okay, to wake up with energy, all right? So that's how we're going to structure our meals. So what that means is you're going to have primarily your vegetables, like a lot of the vegetables, as part of your dinner, and not so much breakfast and lunch. Breakfast and lunch, I want you guys to focus more on protein and that little bit of fat, okay? Dark leafy greens are so low in any kind of carbs. You can throw those in kind of any time. But anything other than dark leafy greens, like other vegetables, you kind of want to have more of those as your dinner. Okay, so that's how we're going to do this. And then you'll see a great improvement in, if you have some weight loss stalls, that should get you moving. Also, if you haven't even started, that's really going to make a difference for you. Like, you'll see a huge difference. Make sure that, again, after dinner, that you're not eating until breakfast for either 14 or 16 hours. And if you can't wait that long, don't stress yourself. just work your way into that, because the last thing you want to do is stress yourself, because your body clearly isn't ready to fast for that long. It's okay. You're going to train your body to do that. So then what you do is you just wait till you're hungry and then eat. It could be 20 hours later. See, everybody is unique, and I want you to start reading your own body. But what I do know is that it's really good for you to fast from dinner to breakfast to allow for self-cleanup. Your body does its own self-cleaning, but you have to give it the environment to do that. So that means after dinner, you can have your herbal tea. I like chamomile. I'm telling you, chamomile or peppermint tea. But chamomile has been shown with stevia or without stevia, but chamomile before bed has been shown not only to help you relax, but it actually helps. It's one of the components to help with what we call autophagy. And autophagy is the body's self-cleanup. What happens with autophagy is because you're not eating, the body goes, oh, good, we can clean up. And what happens is it works with your intercellular lysosomes. They trigger this, the white blood cells to start gobbling up all the old proteins and all the old cancer cells. It cleans up cancer cells, but you want to create the environment for that. So one of the ways, like I said, they've been showing that chamomile tea, if you have that in the evening, it helps support the autophagy. There are 3 other supplements that you can add to the chamomile tea to even accelerate this autophagy, which is what I do, because I'm not afraid of taking supplements, and I take them because I know what I'm doing is having an effect. Not everybody likes to take supplements. I like to take them when you know what you're doing. So if anybody is interested in doing a little bit more self-cleanup with supplements, then let me know, because that's what I do. But if not, don't worry. Just have the chamomile tea and just start with that. It's fine. But you guys know I can always take you to another level if you want. That's just what I do. So that is my lesson for today. I want to open up the lines now if anybody has any questions on it. Please. Who has a question?
I have a question.
Okay.
So at dinner time, you said proteins, half a cup of carbs.
Yeah.
What about fat?
Always a tablespoon. Okay, so
Tablespoon?
that's a really good question. So if you just started working with me and I'm trying to clean out that liver, I don't want a lot of fat. I want some, but I don't want a lot. Why? Because the liver has to make bile to break down the fat. But if the liver's congested, it's not going to really do a good job breaking down the fat. So you're actually just going to get fatter. That's why these ketogenic diets are nasty for people with fatty livers. They're going to feel nauseous and they're going to be inflamed and they're stressing their body. Okay. So, but if you've been working with me for a number of months and I've already done good cleanup with the liver, then you can start to play around with adding a little more fat. Why? Because I've helped you clean out the liver for you to add more of the fat.
Okay.
And then, yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it.
So Michelle,
Yeah.
with a fatty liver and no gallbladder,
Yeah.
should you be having much fat at all?
We want coconut oil. It has a different pathway. It doesn't really hit the liver. So I would just stick with, it's a medium chain triglyceride. So coconut oil would be good. Coconut milk would be fine. I wouldn't do the longer chains like the olive oil until I start cleaning up the liver. The other thing is, when you start working with me, I'm going to put you on the right digestive aid so that you can start eating other types of fats. Why? Because it's going to do the work for you. It'll have ox bile in there, because what happens is your gallbladder is storing, you don't have a gallbladder, so the liver makes the bile, but it doesn't really let it go at the right time. It'll let it go like anytime, but not at the right time because it's not storing it in the gallbladder. But when you take this digestive aid with the ox bile just before you eat, now you can start to eat all the different fats. But that's not until I can start to get you on your program, which will be, I think we have an appointment soon.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting? Are you happy?
I'm raring to go.
I know. It's going to be so exciting to see the transformation. And so I'll get you on that tomorrow, get you started on that. But in the meantime, your fats are best to be coconut oil.
Okay.
Do you have
MCT.
coconut oil?
Okay.
Do you have coconut oil?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I've got some MCT oil.
Yeah, so that's the fat I want. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to have a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of apple cider vinegar before each of your meals.
Okay.
Do you have that?
Yeah.
Okay, but when you have it, make sure you cut, like you have the lid on it, but shake it up to get some of the mother into your dose, because it's kind of sitting on the bottom of the bottle. So shake it up and then put it in a little bit of a glass with a little bit of water, right? And then chug it back before each meal. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. Good. I love that question. Anybody else?
I'm new, so I don't have all the information, but with proteins, are eggs okay?
They are, yes. As long as they are pasture raised, from like chickens that are pasture raised that eat their natural diet. We don't want eggs that are caged chickens, because I work with cancer too, just saying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I have to put them on an anti-inflammatory diet. And
Yeah.
so I have a chart that I use. So eggs from chickens that are caged and eggs from chickens that are pasture raised.
Yeah.
These guys inflame and these guys are anti-inflammatory. So we want these guys. They're perfect food, hun.
Okay, good, good.
The other caveat to this is I want them, the yolks to be runny and the whites to be cooked.
Oh, okay. So you wouldn't like do hard-boiled eggs on a salad then? You do it.
Yeah, you could just have the yolk runny. You could do them soft-boiled. They'll
Soft-boiled.
probably be tastier anyway. The other thing is, I'm just going to take you to another level, only because just I have to. There's all these little nuances, and you asked, so I have to say,
Yeah.
if you scramble them, I'm just saying, if you scramble them, you're oxidizing the yolk into the white, and they're more oxidizing, which is going to create more free radicals.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to break that up. You want to keep it whole. So you want to have the yolk and the white separate. You don't want to mix them up.
Interesting.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
it oxidizes them, especially when you aren't well. We have to really watch inflammation, and we want to lower the oxidative load. And by cooking methods like that, you do. And so what I do is if you like scrambled eggs or you like to mix it together, cook them in a way where the yolk is runny and the white is cooked. But at the very end, just mix it in your bowl.
Okay. It's okay. I like eggs anyway, so no matter how they are, so that's all
Yeah, and have as much as you want. Don't worry about you don't buy into that cholesterol thing, do you? Okay, good.
That was a long time.
That's a myth.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Nobody else? Okay. Well, I'd love to hear your comments on what you liked about this, what you didn't like about it, because I'm only giving, this is for you. I'm here for you, right? And so if I hear more about what you like or what you don't like, then I can start to shift things around. But it's the ones that are on the call are the ones that are going to get the better results. So kudos to you guys, because you're in it to win it, and I'm here to help you. Okay. So I want you to have a rocking week, and whoever's got appointments with me this week, I'm really excited about seeing you individually. Anyone else, just reach out with questions. But yeah, I want to hear some feedback if you haven't, and I guess I'll see you later. Have a good day.
That was awesome, Michelle. Bye.
Bye, honey.
Thanks, Michelle.
And Carla.
Oh, yep.
Carla, your package came.
Yay!
I know everyone's been waiting, so
That's awesome. That's
I'll
awesome.
send you a DM and I'll talk about when we can get that to you. And
That sounds great.
yeah, okay.
Did a little way.
Bye.
Okay, sounds good. Bye.
Thanks, Michelle.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.